Hey guys, welcome to Pointless Podcast, episode 2. My name is Rahul. I'm with Adam, Tomato, and featured guest. He'll be on the podcast a lot. Operator Gamer, how you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Good.
So, this is episode 2. It's Friday afternoon for reference. So we say tomorrow, we say yesterday, we say today. You know what we're talking about. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow wherever you're listening. RSS, Spotify, YouTube. We're trying to get it to Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor.fm. Not there yet. But yeah, make sure to check out Pointless Productions, check out Pointless Trick Shots, Pointless Reacts, and check out Operator Gamer.
Yeah. And just to make sure, he was talking about like tomorrow, Saturday. Today is Friday, January 21st, 2022.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, you guys want to jump right in?
Yep, let's jump right in.
Alright, so what's our first topic for today?
So first up, so we're in the middle of the football season, so
Well, more towards
playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. We're
in the middle of the playoffs.
We're in the divisional round, so I want to get everyone's predictions. So first of all,
I think we should
Operator Gamer wasn't here for this, but me and Adam did our predictions, and I was 5 for 6. I'm definitely not. I'm definitely not gonna act.
I was 0 for 0.
Yeah. Okay. No. Tomato just said the Cowboys were gonna win, and they lost.
Yeah,
but,
that was it. That was the
so you were technically 0 for 1, not 0 for 0.
So
I got it all wrong. I got it all completely wrong.
I definitely said that Philly, Tampa Bay, and Patriots, Bills were gonna be close games, and they weren't.
They were basically all first-round buys.
Yeah.
But I went 5 for 6 in the end. I did pick the Cowboys to win this, to go to the Super Bowl. So, kind of disappointed on that one.
Yeah, I was.
I'm also disappointed
last week.
You're right. I'm also disappointed.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you guys want to get right into it. So first game, I think
Actually,
the biggest.
hold on. Let me stop you right there. I think we should do a little bit wild card reactions to like specific games.
Alright, yeah.
Let me stop you right there.
You know what?
I have everything to say.
Operator Gamer might be on the podcast, maybe a daily. He may no longer be a featured guest, but
I think so.
who knows?
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let's see. We're only 2 minutes and 40 seconds in. You know, it's going really well.
So anyway,
you guys were singing. You were singing a very different tune earlier.
Yeah. Okay. So first
What
of
do you
all,
mean, okay, don't just gloss over that.
okay, sure. So last episode, by the way, was 48 minutes. Yeah.
And today's probably going to be fast. It's much smaller. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
we
right.
do have more topics this time. But anyway, let's get some reactions.
Yeah, but we have to go. We have to go soon.
We did have to go.
We have to go.
So first game you want to react to, let's start with the NFC for once.
Yeah,
Let's
go
do Cardinals
NFC.
Rams.
Let's go. Yeah.
Cardinals Rams.
Cardinals Rams. Yeah. The most
Not a
recent one.
surprise.
Not a surprise seeing both teams are decreasing. Just the Cardinals were way steeper.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Like both teams are kind of going down. Rams, I feel like Sean McVay gave a very motivational speech after the game in the locker room. I saw that clip on ESPN. So I think they're gonna, push through. Who are they playing? They're playing Tampa, right?
They play Tampa.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very close game against guy who's basically playing against Father Time at this point. Who needs Matthew Stafford on the other side of the field.
And speaking of Tampa, they beat Philly in a blowout game.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, both games were blowouts.
Yeah.
34 to 11, 31 to 15.
Okay. So yeah, okay, you're right. So for whatever reason, I was thinking of the 30 to 20 game. When they played and
Yeah.
Cardinals lost 30 to 20. But yeah. So I was really hoping Jalen Hurts was able to was able to fight and then was able to get the dub, but they didn't. Why am I shocked? But yeah. So yeah, I said about the decline. That was my only reason I'm picking the Rams. Also, I saw this on YouTube. The Cardinals are the Pittsburgh Steelers of this year.
Yeah.
If you remember from last year, they went 11-0.
They won 11-0, lost 6.
Died.
Yeah. Wow.
And then the Eagles game, I was hoping it was close, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Adam, your reactions to those two games?
Wasn't very surprised about either of them. I wanted the Eagles to beat the Bucks.
I mean, like,
You
didn't we all?
said the game was going to be 3-2. I think that was the
Yep.
Chiefs game, and this game was going to be what, 6-4, something
Yep,
like that.
that was my prediction.
Yeah.
Clearly not a very
well, the
serious
Eagles, you know, with a 9-8 record, you know, I don't think same with the Steelers. They went 9-7-1. Like, they barely snuck in there. Like, there's some other teams who definitely deserved it a lot more than they did. You know, Big Ben. You know,
Indy,
last game, yeah.
Indy, Chargers.
Indy Chargers definitely should have made it instead of both those teams. Michael Pittman, phenomenal wide receiver. Go subscribe to him on YouTube. Like, he is like built different, dude.
Okay. Sure. Cowboys 49ers reaction.
Cowboys
How about a
49ers,
QB?
we could be
How
here.
Cowboys should have won.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Tear in my eye.
How about a QB draw with 14 seconds and no timeouts?
Oh yeah, no, they should have.
The O-line did better
No,
blocking.
like the way
The O-line
with the way that they like their tactics were horrible. Like they probably could have.
Yes, these guerrilla warfare tactics that they used on the field definitely did not end up
Also,
helping.
please ignore
Yeah.
tomatoes, Mike. It's kind of
Bad.
It's
dying.
a solid not mid.
But yes, I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere like 11 penalties. Cowboys in total.
It was crazy. The
Yeah.
O-line did better blocking on that final play, blocking the ref to spot the ball than they did the whole game.
But if I were them and you had to run the, I know they're guarding the sidelines. You block everybody to the right. You block everybody to the right and just run a toss play. You're getting out of bounds.
Literally. All right, let's
So,
move on to the next game here. Chiefs, Steelers.
So anyway, 49ers played the Packers, who got
Yeah.
the bye.
49ers
so-
played Packers. That's going to be... I want to say it's going to be close, but I don't know if they're going to be able to hold their own. Like, getting that close with the Cowboys, like, geez, like, Green Bay's a lot better than the Cowboys, so I don't
But
think they're
now-
going to be able to pull out the win.
I am thinking, how about this? The Packers, their starters are on a 2-week bye because, except for Aaron Rodgers, who played 3 quarters of that game. Devontae Adams played 1 quarter. The rest of the starters hardly played against the Lions. I don't even know if their defense plays.
Yeah,
They're probably that first half has to be off San Francisco or they're done.
Yeah, I remember 2020 season. Let's set the scene here. Lamar Jackson, coming off his hottest year in his career, had that amazing, like, juked out 8 people, like, week 2 against the Bengals. Probably the best play of his career so far. He was on a hot streak. They picked up
And then
Mark
he went on a
Ingram.
2-week bye.
Hollywood Brown was top 5 wide receiver in the league. Defense was, like, number 2. They were Super Bowl bound, and it was not even close. Everyone thought
And
it was
then
going
they
to be
went on a
Tampa Bay
2-week bye.
Ravens. But then, what happened? They get their bye. Week 17. Week 16.
They sat him.
They sat him week 16. They're number 1 in the AFC. They got
And they
the
were
bye week.
guaranteed.
They're
They got the bye week. That was like a 2-week bye.
no,
and
it was
then,
a 3-week bye because they're number 1 in the AFC, so they got wild card freedom. They lost they lost in the divisional round to the Bills by like 30 points.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
crazy. And at the time, the Bills, this was 2 years ago, the Bills, Josh Allen was just, like, coming out, like, as a decent quarterback. Now he's really good, but back then no one knew what he could do. What's his name? Stephon Diggs. He just got just got traded, my bad, not drafted, to the Bills. Like, they're a very fresh team. Coming out and beating the Ravens, that was a crazy game.
And then the last time the 49ers and Packers played in the playoffs, it was the NFC Championship game. What was it, 2 years ago? Yeah, the 49ers run offense destroyed. Raheem Mostert put up like 4 or 5 touchdowns in that game. And Aaron Rodgers was shut down. That was the year they went to the Super Bowl. That was the year their defense was like Richard Sherman, Nick Bosa, and they were insane. This year, though, Trey Sermon is their running back, and Deebo Samuel, sure. Jimmy Garoppolo's still the quarterback, and Deebo Samuel, sure. their wide receiver is Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
You can see where I'm going. But, yeah.
Yeah, so that's going to be a close game.
I agree. On the AFC side, Bills, Patriots, yeah.
That was, I think that was highly unexpected by, like, just about everyone.
I'm pretty
Everyone
sure
thought Mac
Adam's
Jones.
prediction was...
Yeah, everyone's thinking Mac
Adam's
Jones is going to
prediction
be the
was,
next
like-
Tom Brady. Like, he doesn't compare. Like, the team has not been what it's been. Everyone's like, oh, they just took a 1-year break, coming off Tom Brady. No, I think it's going to be minimum 2 to 3 years by the time they're, like, making conference round in the playoffs again.
But I remember my prediction was it's going to be a close game, and then the final drive, it comes down to the final drive, Josh Allen bomb, Stephon Diggs, and it gets caught, and they kick a field goal to win it, and that was not what happened. Josh Allen,
No.
they had 8 drives. The Bills had 8 freaking drives. 7 of them were touchdowns, and 1 was a QB kneel.
I say me and Rahul had a debate about this, whether that was a perfect drive or not. I believe that it was a perfect drive.
I
He
count
says he
the
doesn't.
kneel. I count the kneel.
You do.
It was a very close game.
But if you're
But then-
kneeling, the only reason you're kneeling is to win the game.
Or
And
Yeah.
if you're kneeling not to win the game, that's because you're losing badly
and you're like,
going
done.
into
Like, I don't want
halftime.
Yeah.
Okay, so they play the Kansas City Chiefs, who beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. That was not a close game either.
Yeah. Let's talk about
The only
Bengals
close games
Raiders.
were
We haven't talked about that one yet.
the only 2 close games were the Cowboys and the Raiders game. So
Yeah.
my prediction for Chiefs Bills, it's gonna be a close one.
I feel
It's gonna
like
be the
I feel like Josh Allen, like I said, coming off, a couple hot years. Mahomes too. He should have had that Super Bowl last year, I believe. Like 2 of his wide receivers were out with COVID. One was out with like a broken finger or whatever.
Yeah, and Mahomes was-
4 linemen were out either from COVID or injury. So
And
his
literally
defense
Mahomes
just
was
not
running
holding the line.
everywhere. And then here, I want you to notice something. The Chiefs coming into the game, majority of their games, I'm pretty sure out of the six playoff games they played, 5 of them they came back from under 9 points. The reason that game was felt close, it was only because the Chiefs' quick strike ability, Mahomes' ability. Because the whole time we were like, even though it's Tom Brady, we don't know if they're safe yet because it's the Chiefs. Any other team, that game's over by halftime.
Literally.
But
You are-
because it's Kansas City, you never know.
Yeah,
you
you
never
are
know
absolutely
if Mahomes
correct.
is going to throw strikes, and all of a sudden the confidence is boosted, the O-line starts blocking, and bam.
This
Chiefs win the Super
season,
Bowl.
I am not going to lie to you guys or anyone out here listening. The first
Glad you included
5
them. Glad you
weeks,
included them.
the first 5 weeks of this season, I wholeheartedly believe Kansas City might not make it to the playoffs.
Mhm.
The way they
I
were
think
playing,
everyone
it
did.
was like
I had-
watching the Jets playing like
Okay. We don't need to hurt Adam
2017
like that.
Patriots. Like it was.
We do not need to hurt Adam like that.
Oh my bad, I forgot about that one.
Adam just crying in the corner.
And anyway,
So yeah, it was really bad, but coming around like I think week 5 to 9 they had like 4-game win streak, and then that's when I realized they're back. Mahomes has the fire in him. They are ready to just clap anyone who wants to come meet them in the Super Bowl. So, and that's what I think they're going to do. Josh Allen, I think he deserves a Super Bowl in his career, but just being Mahomes, signing that 10-year contract, I just don't think it's going to end up happening. He's going to be the next franchise quarterback of the league.
I 1000% agree. But yeah, so it's gonna be a close game. It's gonna be a shootout. Too. No
Yeah.
Tre'Davious White for the Bills, meaning Tyreek's gonna run free.
Yeah, this game
Yeah.
is going to be fought not in the trenches, but in the air.
Anyway, final game of reactions / predictions. The Bengals beat the Raiders. Way home. Great movie. No spoilers will be given in this episode. But yeah, the Bengals play the Titans. Are getting Derrick Henry back. He is to play, meaning this game is almost leaning in the Tennessee's favor. They're at home. They have Henry, but he's coming off of what, like a 9-week injury?
Something like that. I think it might even be like 10.
But yeah, for the first time since October. But I think you never know. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins,
Jamar Chase,
Tyler Boyd. Nobody mentions Tyler Boyd anymore. These guys.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that today. No one mentions Tyler Boyd anymore. That's
come on,
yeah.
Joe Burrow might put the dagger.
If they still had AJ Green this year, like that would be best wide receiver core in the league.
Yeah, I think it still is.
Oh yeah. Oh, and I saw something very interesting. Literally like 8 minutes before we started the podcast, popping up. It was an ESPN notification.
What was it?
Chris Godwin not to sign with Tampa Bay in 2022.
Oh,
so I'll see if I can pull up the article right now.
Clacking away.
Okay, so also another news article that I'm seeing right now. Dak Prescott was fined $25,000 for his post-game comments. He was like commemorating and like saying good job to the fans for throwing trash at the referees.
Oh.
Ooh, yikes. As a resident Cowboys fan, I like to say a few things in my mind.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, well, so number one, okay? I didn't like the outcome of the game, okay? I can't say I liked it. Honestly, like a lot of Cowboys fans did. But I don't think there's any reason to throw stuff at the refs. They're just doing their jobs. Let's be honest here. They're getting paid to call the rules of the game, make sure everything is fair. And throwing stuff at people for doing their jobs and not doing anything wrong for the most part, that's just not fair. And also, it's also not right to just say, yeah, oh, no, good job, guys. I want you to abuse these people who are just trying their best.
Okay, so this is what Dak Prescott said. Credit to them, mockingly. The fans felt the same way as us. I guess that's why the refs took off and got out there so fast. I think everybody is upset with the way this thing played out.
You see, like I said, I agree that saying straight, like, I don't think a behavior like this should be, you should be saying, yeah, guys, like, we all felt the same way. You guys, that's probably the reason why they ran so fast. That's just not right. My personal opinion, it's not right.
And then he would later say, I deeply regret the comment. He said this on Twitter. I deeply regret the comments I made regarding the officials after the game on Sunday. I was caught up in the emotion of a disappointing loss, and my words are uncalled for and unfair. And the reason the reason he said that is because the Cowboys were flagged 14 times for 89 yards. That's
Yeah.
Like I said, tensions were high. I understand, okay? I would say the same thing. Should he have done it? No.
Okay, operator, you got the article pulled up?
No, I could not end up finding it.
Pull up the article, boy.
So on my phone, on the Google app, I get like little pop-up notification things for like articles.
Yeah.
So I can't find it on my PC, but maybe if I find something, we'll talk about it next week on the podcast.
Tell us what you remember from the article.
Literally all I saw it was a picture of Chris Godwin, and it's like Chris Godwin not returning for Tampa Bay in 2022. So as I Googled it, I found a couple articles explaining where he might go to, but nothing explaining like the release.
Tell us where would he might go to.
So there's a couple saying the Colts.
I would assume Colts. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be my
Carson Wentz coming off a big year. What's the running back's name? Oh, I already forgot.
Ronald Jones?
No, for the Colts. He was like
Jonathan Taylor.
Jonathan Taylor, yeah. Jonathan Taylor. Like I said, Michael Pittman, gonna be the next Randy Moss. I'm calling it. Very, very underrated. Then they also have, what's his name? Like, TJ, no.
Darius Leonard.
No, he used to be like the fastest guy in the league before Tyreek Hill.
John Ross?
No.
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, you'll know
Okay,
what I
well,
say.
then
You'll know what I
let's
say.
move on. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
All right, so that's about it. Does anybody else want to talk?
T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. Hilton.
T.Y. Hill. Okay.
Yeah. So
Oh,
if they pick
yeah.
up Chris Godwin, that's gonna be a good thing. Another thing was saying the Patriots might want to pick up Chris Godwin. They need some wide receivers, and that would be a kick in the butt to like Tom Brady, I guess.
Okay, so does anybody want to add anything? So, moving on, I have this article from The Verge, and you probably heard about it by now.
Yes.
Yeah, this
Microsoft-
is very
Activision is bought by Microsoft.
Activision, Blizzard, and King. So, Call of Duty, Diablo, Overwatch, Candy Crush,
World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, StarCraft.
Yeah.
These things getting
All
bought by
big
Microsoft.
games. All very big games. All very big
Yeah,
games.
very big games, millions of player bases. And think about this, especially
Exactly.
Call of Duty. Let's think about this.
Yeah,
Early
no,
2000s.
these are huge player bases. Like but this is a smart move by Microsoft because they're going to get a bunch of money. Like they were making money before, now they're going to be making like billions of dollars.
Yeah. Let me just say one thing. Think about Call of Duty and World of Warcraft, right? Let's think, or no, Call of Duty and Candy Crush.
Candy Crush.
I don't think
World of
there's.
Warcraft. Don't. You can't forget World of Warcraft.
Bro, let me just say what I'm trying to talk about. All right.
Okay, geez.
Think about Candy
keep
Crush.
going.
I don't think there was Candy Crush World War II. I don't think there was Candy Crush the Modern Crush, right? Like I don't think they had any versions like that.
Oh, Microsoft makes that.
Bro,
I
can
want
you
to
let
play
me talk,
Candy
my guy?
Crush
I swear.
World War II.
Okay. Like I said, I don't think there was a Candy Crush Warfare, my guy. But Call of Duty, what they did, they had such a good idea that they were able to like stretch it out for however many games that they've done. And they've done an amazing job at it, except for I think like the recent two, Cold War and Vanguard. But Candy Crush, let's set this Candy Crush. Say they made 20 different Candy Crushes. Do you think
I think
that
they have multiple
however many
already.
players that play?
Oh yeah, they do. They have like Candy Crush Saga, Candy Crush World.
Yeah, there's a lot
There's a
of
bunch of stuff.
Candy Crushes.
Yeah, no, they have like a billion, and let's be honest here, everyone just plays like the original Candy Crush. You know, there's no reason to move.
Yeah, like we're not gonna forget. Think about like Tetris too. You know, like
Oh,
no
yeah.
one wants to play like the
They need-
8 different Tetrises, but everyone wants to play the original one, right?
So this deal
Exactly.
will value Activision at $68.7 billion, meaning they bought it for that much. Meaning, so you guys know LinkedIn, like where you get a job, basically, like
Yeah,
that.
I do know. I do in fact know.
So LinkedIn was bought by Microsoft for $26 billion, and
Wait,
Activision being bought for 68.
Okay, actually, I have a big question about this. At what point does it become a monopoly? Because they own basically all the big brands right now. It's like other than maybe Nintendo and some of the Sony stuff, they own everything basically.
It's gonna come down. Nintendo's gonna get gobbled up by either Sony or Xbox.
definitely.
Yeah, like
No,
at this
And
point,
You know.
I
Sony
saw
gonna
a very
get Sony.
interesting YouTube video where they were talking about where they're I think it was by like Linus Tech Tips and his team on one of his 8 channels or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
They're talking about the like if really defining like what a monopoly is and if Microsoft has turned into a monopoly. And what they said, they're like, if people want to call this the same people are calling Microsoft a monopoly, like buying all these companies, but then they're the same people who are calling Disney like just a fair studio who has done nothing wrong.
Oh, definitely not. No. Nah. Disney Monopoly. I honestly.
Disney is a monopoly.
Disney is. Let's be honest here. This is a perfect world. Disney would not own Marvel, Lucasfilm, 20th Century Fox. If this was a perfect world, it would not own any of that.
Okay, hang
Yeah,
on.
okay.
I want to make a quick comparison. I feel like the gaming like games and like consoles and stuff is gonna turn into almost like like Pepsi and Coke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like how they own everything. Like Pepsi,
What about-
Pepsi owns like
What about
7-Up.
Fanta? What about? Wait, is Fanta owned by Coke?
Fanta's by Pepsi.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So then, yeah, you're right. They
Fanta-
really are owned by everything.
Pepsi owns Fanta. They own 7-Up, Sierra Mist, Pepsi itself. Coca-Cola owns
Pepsi XL.
What? It owns Pepsi owns Pepsi. That's fair.
Oh no, I thought you said something else. No, continue.
Okay, so Coca-Cola owns Sprite, which is
Sprite.
best soda in the world.
Yeah, literally. Not even.
No
close.
comparison.
I love Coke better, but that's a debate for another day. Coke is better, but that's a debate for another
Debate for
day.
another day.
Okay, so like it's gonna turn into that. Like Microsoft right now owns Activision. One of them, I'm pretty sure they own EA now because of EA Play, right?
They have EA Play, so I think they do.
So yeah, I think they own EA.
I would
Also-
hope so, but they probably do.
But can we say this? They also might be like combining in a way because MLB The Show, which is made by Sony Studios, is on Xbox Game Pass
Yeah.
now.
I saw
so,
again,
here's
as I was
what they-
scrolling through some articles before we started of just like random on my computer newsfeed. I saw a thing where it
How
says,
many random stuff?
where it says Call of Duty will not become an Xbox and Windows exclusive.
Oh, okay. So yes,
okay. Well,
that's
so
that's not fair.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I feel where it's like that. They're not forcing you to buy Xbox.
Yeah.
But,
I think in a while's time they're slowly gonna reel you in, start taking away some other smaller
Well,
games.
if they start making really good Call of Duties and really good like if Overwatch 2 comes out and that's really good, and they make a World of Warcraft 2 and that's really good, then they can start dominating the industry.
Okay, do you remember PS5? I'm pretty sure it did sell better than the Xbox Series
Yeah,
X.
but in the long run, do you guys remember back in when the Kinect came out? I'm not sure if you
Yeah,
do.
well, I think
myself,
why the PS5 sold better was because let's think about this. The PS4 came out in 2013 alongside the Xbox One. Since the Xbox One, we have had the One S, the One X, and the PS5 was like leaked like before the Xbox Series X was.
They had the PS4 Pro. Was that released with it or?
Yeah, that was released alongside the PS4.
Okay, because I don't have PlayStation. I'm an Xbox guy.
Yeah, I used to be an Xbox guy, but I switched to PS5. But I still have my PC, so I can still play Xbox.
Yeah.
So, besides that in the article, Microsoft also acquired ZeniMax Media last year.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Oh wait, no. It says that the PS4 was released September 15, 2013, and the PS4 Pro was released November 10th, 2016.
Oh.
Whoa, that's a long time. That's like 3 years. Jeez.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
3 years.
let's think about when the PS5 came out, 2021. That's
still
8 years from the PS4.
Well, I know, but they always have this stuff out for a long time. Developing new technology doesn't take a year. It usually takes a couple of years, and that's where they introduced the Pro, like the SE.
Yeah, but the Pro, they didn't really to be honest. I never really when I wanted to get my game console, I wanted to get it in 2015, right? That's when the new Battlefront 1 came out. That was the Star Wars
Battlefront 1. I love that game.
And I remember, I remember in Battlefront 2, the first week it came out, I was top 100 in the world for flight gaming.
Seriously?
But that's a story for another time.
Yeah, well, that's it. Actually, guys, if we have time at the end, we'll talk about our gaming adventures. If we have time at the end,
Okay,
we'll not promise anything.
Yeah,
but
so
like
I was saying, when I was researching on which console to get, I never really knew about a difference between the PS4 and the PS4 Pro. But when I ended up getting my Xbox, I ended up getting the One S because I feel like the marketing team did a lot better job at getting that, I guess, explaining a big difference. They had more colors. They had the white one. They had the gray one. I ended up getting the gray one.
I don't think there was much a change. I don't think there was much of a change, right?
It was smaller. It was smaller by 20%. It had more storage.
Wow, it was
and
really
faster
stuck for him to
loading
memorize it. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to mute. Give me a second.
Alright, let's switch gears from Microsoft to Sony. PlayStation is rumoring a new service. Something probably like PlayStation Now, PS Plus. It's codenamed Spartakis. and it's a service to take on Xbox Game Pass. So it's like a
Well,
Game Pass.
let's be honest here. It was always going to be. It was only a matter of time before this happened.
So
I was counting up the days.
I'm assuming it's gonna be, Spider-Man, MLB The Show. Well, okay, but now MLB The Show's on Game Pass. Did they remove it from Game Pass and it goes on whatever this is gonna be called? PS Plus, maybe.
Yeah, here's my one mentality of everything. I have one mentality of all this. The more games on Game Pass, the more happy I'm gonna be.
Well, yeah, but see, so I have a PS5, right? I got it like a year ago, and when you pay for PlayStation Plus, you get one free game a month from a group that they have chosen. So they've been trying to slowly inch closer and closer to something like Game Pass. So usually what they do is they'll have like a handful of games. Like they'll have like Batman, Far Cry. Usually some stuff that's like always there, and then what you can do is like every month they pick like a couple like the least popular ones, and they'll like take them out, and then they'll put in some newer games. But when you download those games, you don't lose them every month. You can still keep them as long as you still have a PlayStation Plus subscription.
Oh well, that's very different than Xbox, where they barely take out games. It's more like if the game is bad, if they're gonna keep it on there because it's whatever. Like they're gonna it's really they want to show their quantity rather than PlayStation Plus, where it's like, hey, we'll give you X amount of quality games that are really good. It's gonna be like, okay, you guys have how many games? Okay, here's 100. Here's 100. Here. Are they good? Most of them aren't, but there's still 100 games. Yeah, you can have it all. Like that's the difference.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, not much to really talk about. It's a Game Pass equivalent. Maybe when it comes closer to coming out, we'll talk about it, and maybe like games.
I'm looking forward to that, actually.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our next topic.
So, PayPal. Probably know PayPal. I've probably heard of it. PayPal is to launch a more stabler crypto than probably Bitcoin and the others. So PayPal is planning on a crypto. It's like a stable coin. So it's probably going to be something like PayPal Coin or something like that inside of PayPal's iOS app, and it's to be backed by the US dollar.
Yeah, because PayPal is based off the US dollar. So what I'm thinking is, like for some things, like what you want to do, like for some cryptocurrencies, like not very name brand ones like Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff like that, you could use like a ton of different currencies. But for some smaller ones, you have to use like euros or whatever. So you have to like transfer like say $1,000 into 1,000 euros. So that'd be like really like 1,200 euros, I think. And
so
then,
like a stable coin would be
and
like,
then you go
I
and
would
put it
assume
into
like a dollar. A dollar is a dollar. Like I wouldn't expect like for a different coin, like for Bitcoin, it was like you buy 47,000 for one Bitcoin, and then you don't spend it, and then it's 42,000, basically money or gain money. I think a stable coin is just $1. I would assume something like that, considering it's a stable coin.
Yeah. But what it ends up happening is like with some cryptocurrencies. I think this happened with Ethereum. The whole point is just for you to like have like a crypto like currency, like a new form of currency. But what they do is they end up people like they turn into like stocks, right? Like people like they make it so when you buy it, like the value increases. Like the more people buy it, the more it increases, and it gets more rare, and then it gets even more in money. So then at that point, it's not really a form of currency. Like if you say you go to the Ferrari like dealership, and they say you could buy a Ferrari for like 5 Bitcoin, but that ends up being like $500,000 in real life. Are you gonna go through the process of getting 5 Bitcoin to pay for this, or are you just gonna give the guy $500,000?
Probably just give him 500 grand.
Like unless you have like 15 Bitcoin, like And plus, why would you spend the Bitcoin? Like, the value is going to increase over time. So why would you spend it? That's what ended up happening. Like with a lot of cryptocurrencies, they're made to be a currency, but then the value just increases so much over time. It becomes like a new form of stocks.
So like that's the problem. If it's like, it's basically stocks with a point of spending. But I see this like, on the same topic of cryptocurrency, WhatsApp, not iMessage, WhatsApp, integrating cryptocurrency payments in the US in their app.
Yeah.
So yeah, cryptocurrency, like, again, it's stocks. It's stocks with a twist.
Yeah, basically.
So like, there's
that's a good way of putting it.
I think I said this last episode. I'm not sure. I think I did say this last episode with the NFTVs, as Tomato calls it.
Oh yeah.
You can buy crypto, and then there's two ways to spend it. You could spend the crypto itself, or you can sell it and then use it. Use the money you get back.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But then
apparently
there's probably like some way for you to like glitch that or something, and then you just have like infinite money. So
that's the problem, and then you're gonna get a lot of hackers.
Yeah.
I suggest stick to the dollar.
Yeah.
Best
piece of paper I've ever seen.
Alright, so
let's
next
go into our next topic.
Yeah, a near-Earth asteroid twice as big as the Empire State Building passed by Tuesday. I don't know what Tuesday from KTLA, so like an LA thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what Tuesday they're talking about. Is it like posted January 17th?
January 17th.
Which was what?
Here,
updated January 18th.
The 18th is Tuesday. The 17th is Monday.
So I'm assuming it was probably it's probably coming up.
Yeah,
right?
It's probably the coming up.
So
otherwise they would just say tomorrow.
Yeah, they probably would. It's the size of the Empire State Building, so a diameter twice the size, with a diameter of approximately 3,451. Why do I have to make it complicated? You can watch it on a live stream.
Whoa.
Apparently it's gonna happen once, and then it's gonna happen next 2023.
The same asteroid?
Probably.
Oh, that's weird. Oh, well, because we're going, orbiting around
circular,
the sun,
yeah.
I guess, so by the time, we orbit enough, and then the asteroid, keeps going in a straight line. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no. Tuesday. Kind of a bummer.
It's alright. So yeah, but an asteroid, a lot smaller than that could, blow up the Earth, I think.
And then, twice the size of the Empire State Building.
Yeah, that's twice.
Okay, so, we were, Alright, finally, the big news topic. If you remember last time, it was Pokemon Go police.
Yeah. I actually, after I was listening to the podcast, literally, I swear the phone, knows what I'm doing. Whatchamacallit, on YouTube, I ended up on a YouTube short where it was talking about how, those two officers got arrested. And it's very interesting, because the case, and I saw another YouTube video where, it was an actual video of someone talking about it. But it's interesting because the case is 2 years old at this point, but the videos are all getting released now, so something must have happened with the story, maybe new information.
Anyway, we usually would have all of us react to this, but Tomato and Adam both had to go. Hopefully they can come back before we're done. Dollar Tree Incorporated has been this is hilarious. The dollar store, the $1 store, is upping its standard price point to $1.25.
Wow.
Like,
Ridiculous.
the dollar store is the one store you know that you have enough cash for. Like, who's gonna bring like coins? Like, even if it's 1 quarter, nobody brings coins on them.
I mean, well, what if you bring $2 and then they give you change?
Before you can get two items.
Yeah, I guess. Well, plus
Well,
tax.
obviously, like, yeah, there's tax, but like tax is basically negatable if you just argue with them. I remember seeing this video. They were just like, okay, tax was like 108, and I only have $1. Like, God. But apparently their stock went down. It's right now at negative 1.36%. So then, in response, raised the prices. So customers are probably not happy. It's the dollar store. This is the one store you're expecting the price to stay the same. It's in the name: Dollar Tree, Dollar Store, whatever. The signs all say $1, and you're putting the price at something higher than $1.
Yeah.
And like obviously there was stuff at the dollar store. It's like $5 and $10, like cheap headphones, and that's obviously that's gonna be more than $1. But like the standard price on most of their stuff has always been and now it's over $1.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like the move by the dollar store.
Yeah, yes. I mean, well, you know, the demand, I guess.
I mean,
There could be a lot of factors.
just get higher quality headphones and sell for $5, and a lot of people will buy them.
I guess, I don't know. Well,
Just
they gotta target for their market.
Just don't sell random pieces of plastic. But yeah, yeah, so Dollar Tree, I just thought it was like seeing how prices went up. So, yeah, Dollar Store raising its prices.
Yeah, I guess.
You have any reactions?
No, not really.
So yeah, that's about it. Do you have any last final thoughts? I know Tomato wanted gaming adventures.
Yeah. So.
I don't know if we have the time for that though.
Yeah, we don't.
And then I also have to get and edit this. But yeah, so that's
just
Boys
about
Podcast
it.
episode 2.
Yeah. So we ran into a lot of problems here in this podcast. So if it's a little sloppy, we
It's gonna be
apologize.
Tomato's mic was a little bit off to start. We had technical issues.
Yeah.
And then his issues got to the point where he had to
Yeah.
like
But don't worry. I
leave.
promise that next podcast will be a lot better than this one. We'll, plan
I don't
it.
know,
This one was very
let-
last minute too. So.
Let me know if you want Operator Gamer back. Make sure you guys go to the channel. I'll link it in the description of Spotify and YouTube or wherever you get your podcast from.
Yeah.
And make sure you check out Plains Productions. We have some good skits coming your way. And yeah, make sure you follow the Pointless Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow on Spotify. Hoping to get it on Apple Podcasting, Anchor.fm, and Google Podcasts. Podcast, who knows? Yeah, you have any last words?
Nope. It's just about
Before
it. I'll
you-
leave it to you.
So yeah, good old outro stuff. YouTube.com/PointlessProductionsYT. Check out the website. Link it down below as well. We did update it. There's now an announcements tab and things like that, so it's gonna be a fun 2022, I hope. Acting like I'm a big YouTuber, I'm not. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully episode 3 gets out. Yeah, so that's about it. We'll see you 2. That's a wrap. We'll see you next time. Peace.